Eating in college is a big deal. After all, food fuels all the long nights of studying, early morning classes, and everything in between. At Cal Poly, all freshmen are required to have a dining plan. But is the system working as well as it should? Are students really getting the best value for their money? Cal Poly's dining program has evolved over the years, expanding to multiple dining halls and implementing a flexible meal plan. These dining halls are, of course, Vista Grande in 1901 and everything in between. Today, students use dining dollars instead of traditional meal swipes, allowing them to purchase food at many different campus locations. But is the system beneficial, or does it come with many hidden downsides? We seek to investigate this aspect of Cal Poly dining and why the quality of food has mixed opinions amongst the student population. One of the biggest complaints students have is the price to quality ratio. Among regular and fitness-oriented students, the concern for nutrients and protein is evident. Students sometimes believe the CPD, or calorie per dollar, is extremely low. We ask questions such as, is the food worth the cost? Are you satisfied with your meal plan?
I think their protein options are kind of lacking, and their portion sizes are also not amazing for the amount of money that you're paying with your dining dollars.
There's certain places on campus where the portions are very good to the price, but then there's places like Palm and Honey in 1901 where you're paying $15 for your bowl and really give you literally no food for the amount of money you're paying, because you can tell that each employee is trained to not give that much food in each portion.
A recent article in Mustang News, Dining Dollars May Feel Fake, highlight these concerns. It tricks you into spending more, so I was more prone to spend more on Shakesmart and other places where the prices were really high. The one-step disconnect between money and dining dollars was tough. The dining dollar system can make students feel like they're not really spending their own money. But the cost adds up quickly, and once the money runs out, they're on their own. This was one of the central concerns voiced by students. Although prices seem ridiculous to students, what they may not know is that the establishments Cal Poly partners with decide on how costly items are on the menu. Prices for Shakesmart, Jamba Juice, and Chick-fil-A on campus match prices at their other locations. From a student's perspective, the desire to fuel their body with nutrients, high protein or dense fibrous meals can lead towards purchasing healthy appearing options, which tend to be overpriced.
I think if we could spend money at places that we actually want to enjoy food, it'd be much easier for us to get nutritious meals and eat healthily compared to eating an unhealthy diet to escape not eating foods you're not interested in on campus.
Cal Poly should allow dining dollars to go towards restaurants off campus. This would further expand options for meals, giving students the opportunity to diversify their food palette and create an intersecting community between the students at Cal Poly and the city's residents, or more specifically, restaurant owners. Restaurants tend to have fairer prices because they have to appeal to the customer, which would in turn leave students more satisfied with the meals they're buying. This way, the calories are more proportional to how much a student spends. An underlying issue that corresponds with the pricing and quality of food is the availability of healthy food options. While there are fresh meals available, many students feel limited by the choices or lack thereof. Places like Shakesmart, Jamba Juice, Grand Avenue Deli, and Balance may resemble healthy choices, but half of these options wouldn't qualify as a meal.
I don't think that they do provide enough healthy options, and I feel like Cal Poly dining should make that a priority. And I remember last year when I was a first year, that was one of the harsh criticism.
Another concern is the availability of meals for students with dietary restrictions, allergies, or intolerances. For vegetarians or vegans, the options are bound to be reduced. Even so, this problem could be alleviated if there were more alternative meat options.
And I'll say this, for my Venue Express, we do provide like vegan options. I believe it was last week we had like some kind of chili, and we did have like, the normal chili, and then we also had like another section for vegan.
Vegetarian students who crave Panda Express, for instance, are limited to just sides and some appetizers. Some of the only meat alternatives at Cal Poly are the vegan chicken tenders, falafel, and tofu, but these choices are only unique to certain locations on campus. For vegans and students with common allergies like gluten, they have even fewer meal options. Cal Poly has gluten-free substances, but because of a majority of the meals are prepared in facilities that handle common allergens, cross-contamination makes it a gamble for students who want to eat anywhere but balance. When discussing the student population as a whole, even without dietary restrictions, students are still tired of the variety at Cal Poly, and this speaks volumes.
I would want some, maybe like anything Korean. No, definitely Korean food. I want to see that here on campus.
I think in general I would offer more options, and I would listen more to feedback from students on what they like to eat and what type of options they're enjoying right now, instead of always switching it, because there were times that I would like something that VG's had and the next week it's gone.
According to our poll, many students agree there's room for improvement when it comes to the repetitive choices, inconsistent prices, limited healthy options, and the prominence of fried and oily food. What remains true is this: no responses above a 9 or 10 were given for the question asking if students considered the dining options nutritious. The sample size is large enough to yield meaningful results. So what this means is that most of the students at Cal Poly would agree that the meals at our school aren't nourishing enough. For students, this of course comes as no surprise, especially when chicken tenders and french fries are served everywhere across campus. At Campus Market, multiple locations within Vista Grande, and at Chick-fil-A in 1901. Aside from the usual salad, it is debatable whether or not students would define their meals as such. Most of the meals on campus don't incorporate vegetables, or they include vegetables as part of the recipe, but overall aren't nutritious because of the other factors, like how the dish could have been served in copious amounts of oily or fried food. Most of the time, if students want vegetables, they would need to order them separately as a side. The same situation is applicable to fruit, where if students want vitamins through fresh fruit, they would need to have it in forms of large amounts with added sugar. So what should change? We asked students what improvements they'd like to see in Cal Poly's dining system. These are the top suggestions: a return to classic buffet-style cafeteria, less reliance on fast food chains, bigger portions that justify the cost, allowing off-campus restaurants to accept dining dollars, more options for late-night dining, not just VGs on a Sunday night. By implementing these as well as looking at what other universities are doing, Cal Poly can take steps towards including customizable meal plans and healthier selections. Overall, Cal Poly's dining plan and quality of food aren't always popular among students, but with the right changes, the university has the opportunity to make campus dining a better experience for everyone. Until then, students will continue to navigate the system one meal at a time.